Hey, what's going on, guys? Moneyman Jeff here. Welcome to another video. Today I want to discuss why buying finance phones is a must. Why we must not avoid these and instead buy them. These are the most profitable phones. These are the most common phones. And if we just steer away from them, we're just pretty much telling money, don't get near us. We're repelling money, we're putting spray and pretty much saying money, don't get near us. We need to buy these phones because this is what will give us a good amount of extra profit, and at the same time, this is what is mostly out there. Most people say don't buy finance phones, but that typically comes out of the mouth of unexperienced flippers, people who do it maybe once or twice a year, who really don't have any, proper, experience, guidance or the knowledge behind running successful iPhone flipping business. Because we buy everything, believe that, unless it's reported stolen. But anyways, a finance phone pretty much means a phone that is not paid off, a phone that someone still owns money on. So if you were to go into T-Mobile and finance a $1,300 phone, so you don't have the money for a $1,300 phone, but you're gonna be able to put $30 to $40 down a month for the next 24 months until the phone is paid off, and then it'll be unlocked for any carrier. But a lot of people don't ever get to that point. They'll finance a beautiful phone, the sexy, hot, new iPhone 14 Pro Max, but in 2-3 months down the road, not be able to afford that phone because you still have to pay the installment plans that you're paying off on the phone, as well as the service of the phone from the provider. You're getting taxed. They're paying $200-$300 a month for one phone. So most people at the end of 2, 3, 4, 5 months can't afford it. Then they end up selling these finance phones to us that are locked to one carrier. So these are phones that we're going to be able to buy for a lower cost because they're not paid off. So we're going to be able to use that as leverage against the customer. Tell them, look, this phone isn't paid off. It runs the risk of getting blacklisted. I can only give you $100, $150 less than what we agreed on because the phone isn't paid off. It is financed. It's locked to a carrier. It will not work for any other carrier whatsoever. So this is why we want to get these phones, because a lot of people make these bad financial decisions, buy these phones, can't afford them, and then boom, here we are ready to intercept them, grab them, and resell them for a higher profit margin. Remember, a lot of these phones that we buy that are financed from people on the street, once we resell them to the wholesale buyers that I provide for you guys, they're gonna go ahead and turn that phone over to Dubai, Hong Kong, wherever, somewhere else in the world where they know how to manipulate it to work in that region. That's why it makes sense for us to sell to the wholesale buyers, because they're paying us high for all devices because they're getting paid even more when they ship it, across overseas, pretty much to Dubai and Hong Kong, like I mentioned. So that's why it makes sense to sell to the wholesale buyers, because at the end of the day, most of you guys aren't going to sell overseas because, one, you don't have the capital, you need a lot of inventory, you just can't send out 1, 2, 3, or 5, or 10 or 20 phones, if that, overseas. You need to be able to send multiple hundred pieces. This is where the big boys play. This is where the real money is at, where people are, doing $200,000-$300,000 invoices. That's where it's at. But you'll get there eventually. Just work your way up. Buy these finance phones from people in our local area, and then go ahead and resell them to the buyer. Stack your money up, save, market. Let it be known to people that you are that person who buys these types of phones, whether they're new, used, locked, cracked, unlocked, finance, carrier lock. It does not matter, because at the end of the day, we have a buyer that we're gonna be able to sell these phones to and still make a profit. Whereas on eBay, whereas on Mercari, you can't sell these phones that are locked to a carrier, because if you send out a phone that's T-Mobile locked and the person on eBay or Mercari has AT&T, with the phone out to T-Mobile, how they can connect their AT&T SIM to it? It's not gonna work. So this is why a lot of people who use those platforms to sell stay away from it and are losing money. If you have a private buyer, you're gonna be able to buy these phones because there's so many phones, especially in low income and middle and low income areas. And then, middle income areas, like, just your regular, average people who make $40,000, $50,000 a year. They make bad financial decisions. They're the ones who have these finance phones, who later have buyer remorse and then want to get rid of the phones because they can no longer afford it. Finance phones will always be the way to make more money. On top of that, we don't only have to sell these finance phones to the buyer. There is a loophole that I peep game on, and I was able to make it extremely profitable because the time I was using our SIM to unlock these carrier locked phones for any carrier, and then sign them as unlocked to make, a good $150 to $200 profit per phone. But when that went down, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. And then, a couple months later, I figured out a new loophole on how we can still buy these finance phones locally and then resell them locally for a higher profit. We're talking 200 to 250 profit margin on it. It's something that not a lot of people know about. The people who do know about it prefer not to speak about it because they just don't want people to know. A lot of people don't want to give out game, but I'm here to give you out the game because this is an abundant market. This is never going to get business. There's never going to be too much. It's never going to be saturated. We're going to all be able to eat because there's too many devices out here. There's too many people. And I'm telling you guys, these finance phones will make you a lot of money. But remember, finance, cracked, damaged, unlocked, blacklisted, iCloud locked, we're all buying it all. But mostly finance phones what we want to focus on because the money is there. And I will show you guys how we can do this. I've been doing this for 6 years and believe it, this works. If you don't want to resell the finance phones locally using the loophole system that I have, that's fine. Sell it to the private buyers. You'll make $100 profit each phone. But if you want to get to the next level, we're going to, do what we got to do to make anywhere from $150 to $250 profit. That's even better. And if you want to be smarter, let's say the buyer is paying $400 for a finance phone, you can pay $350 to where it seems you would only make $50 profit if you're assigned to the private buyer, but then you sell it locally for $550. And now you're able to make $200 profit and still be declared the highest paying buyer because most people, other buyers like us, are all typically paying within the same range. So if we're gonna get paid $400 for a phone, we're all aiming for $180, $300, $320. But if you're able to pay that extra $20, $30 more, that's gonna make you 100% guaranteed to close that deal a lot quicker because we're paying a couple dollars more, $20, $30 more, $50 more if we have to. Sometimes I even match the buyer's prices for phones that are financed locally, sometimes if they're in great condition, because I know at the end of the day, I'm still gonna make $150 plus profit and still be declared as the highest paying buyer in my area. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm officially putting myself in a position where I'm able to pay them more because I know in the back end I can resell on the street and be able to make $150 plus profit, $250. I mean, there's sometimes I make $300, $400 profit. Not all the time, but I'm guaranteeing you with this loophole system, it's gonna be $150 and up. So don't be surprised when you're hitting $200 profit a phone, and it's doable. You just gotta know this stuff. Once you know this stuff, it's all gonna make sense to you. This is not rocket science. This isn't a scam. It's simply just knowing. If you know it, you're gonna make money off something that's used by every single person. You tell me who doesn't have a phone. My dog doesn't have a phone. That's the only being that doesn't have a phone. An animal, and children, infants, kids. But other than that, 7-year-olds have phones, 90-year-olds have phones, and everyone in between. We all need it for work, school, and other entertainment purposes. It's here for a reason. People love this stuff. People are obsessed with it. And if we could just get involved in the market, we're going to be able to make money off the need of a hot commodity like this. Why not? You're crazy not to believe that the iPhone business is a scam. It's not real. I mean, guys, wake up. Wake up. Get a little positivity cup and smell the positivity air because guess what? There's money in this. And all you gotta do is just learn the system. And once you do it, you can run off with it. You can run off with it. Stop thinking small. Think bigger. Associate with people who know what they're talking about. Learn. And I guarantee your life will be a lot better. But if you don't take the initiative and you want to be negative and come and BS on my YouTube channel and say this, that, and the third, go ahead. But you're only hurting yourself by not learning something that could benefit you. I'm not promising you're going to be a millionaire. I'm promising that you will make extra income. And the more effort you put into it, the more money you will make. But that varies on individual. Not everyone has the same ambition, that burning desire within their chest to be greater than what they are today. Some people want to be great, and then I'll get to it tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, they just start there with the TV, the Xbox, the PlayStation, the music, just BS. They don't want it that bad. So if you guys want it that bad, and you want to learn how to make money, this is the way. Guys, I'm just sharing a secret with you. Finance phones is the way. Don't ignore them. If you have any other questions, book a call with me, and I'll be more than glad to help you guys understand and get a better idea of what this business entails. So interested, the link will be below. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to speaking to you guys, because ultimately I want to share this knowledge because it's useful information, stuff that's proven to work, stuff that's a no-brainer. You know, it sells itself just like McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So guys, let's get to it. Any questions, you know what to do. And I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.